Kingfish and his wife, Sapphire, went to a party up there on the 3rd floor. And from the sound of everything, everybody must be having a wonderful time.
Celia, I can't tell you how much we enjoyed your party.
Yeah, we sure did, Celia.
Well, I'm so glad you could both make it.
Yeah, had a wonderful time. Thanks very much.
I wouldn't have missed it for anything. This has been the best party I've ever been to. And thank you, Celia. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, folks.
That was the worst party I ever went to in my life.
I don't know what you're talking about. I had a wonderful time.
I'll say you did. You danced the rumba with every woman in the place. Every woman but me.
Well, honey, I just about getting to you when my hip give out.
You didn't even know I was there. You ignored me the whole evening. I never was more miserable.
Now, wait a minute, honey.
And don't tell me you were considerate. Every woman at the party had a corsage except me. Even Mrs. Van Porter had an orchid on her shoulder.
But don't draw no conclusion from that. Henry Van Porter had a reason.
What do you mean?
Well, the reason he bought his wife a corsage was to hide the price ticket on the dress, because they knowed it had to go back the next day.
George, I don't believe that. Sit down. We might as well be honest with ourselves, George. The trouble with you is you think you did me a favor by marrying me. You think I had no other boyfriends beside you.
Now, wait a minute.
As far as you're concerned, I'm just a woman to scrub the floors, darn your socks, cook your food, and wash your clothes. You could go out and hire somebody to do that.
That's not so, and you know it ain't so. You know I can't afford to hire no woman to do the part of your work you got around here. Well, that's a woman for you. Pay her a compliment and she bust into tears.
Yes, women are strange.
Yeah, I can understand them.
You mean Sapphire still carrying on about that party the other night?
Yeah, Andy, she said I danced the whole night with other women and I didn't even act like I knew she was there. I don't know what she's talking about, cause twice I waved to her while I was dancing.
Yeah, well, all women is the senseless type.
Joe's barber shop. Yes? Just a minute.
It's Lightning. Hello, Lightning. What you want?
Say, Kingfish, there was a fella in a large hall looking for you a couple of minutes ago. I done told him you was around the corner of the barber shop.
Well, what kind of looking man was he, Lightning?
Well, I don't know. I ain't never seen him before. He a big fella, though.
Sounds like a bill collector. Okay, Lightning, so long. Say, Joe, hurry and get this soap off of my face. I got to get out of here. There's a bill collector on his way over here right away.
Okay, Kingfish.
Hey, Kingfish, there's a fella coming across the street there heading for the barber shop.
You look like a bill collector, all right. Too late, Joe. Put some more soap on my face so he won't recognize me.
Yeah, I can't take no chances neither.
How do you do?
How do you do? My name is Bill Jackson. I'm looking for a Mr. George Stevens. They said I'd find him here.
Looking for George Stevens, huh? Well, he was here about 5 minutes ago, mister, but he done gone. Said he'd be back in about 10 years.
Yeah, and I went with him.
10 years, eh?
Yeah, call around again in about a decade or so.
Yeah, and Andy Brown will be back then, too. So long, mister.
Well, it's too bad I missed him. Say, as long as I'm here, I can stand a shave myself.
Well, not that I is interested in anything, mister. But was there some the linked-up bill you wanted to see him about?
Well, actually, it wasn't Stevens that I wanted to see. I happen to be a friend of Stevens' wife just before he married her.
Friend of his wife, huh? Well, how friendly was you?
Well...
that friendly?
Give the man a cigar. This daylight will have a little bounce to it after all.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, it ain't none of my business. But if you and this fella Stevens' wife were so friendly, how come she didn't marry you?
Well, frankly, I never did understand that either. Because we used to kid about this fella, Stevens.
Kid about it?
Yes. I wouldn't want to tell this to Stevens, of course. But when he used to take her out, she had a pet name for him.
Would you gentlemen mind leaving the room for a minute?
Oh, what's the difference if we stay here? After all, Kingfish Stevens is out of town.
Yes, mister. What was the pet name?
Flat Tire Georgie. Say, how long will it be before I'll be able to get that shaved?
Well, I have this gentleman here to finish, and this gentleman. I'm afraid it'll be quite a while, sir.
Well, I don't think I have time to wait that long. I'll have to be getting along. Goodbye.
So long. Joe, get this soap off my face. Andy, how you like that fella? Going around with Sapphire behind my back.
Now, look, Kingfish, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You wasn't married to her or nothing, was you? A gal can have more than one boyfriend, you know.
But I still don't like it.
Well, are you going to tell Sapphire that he's in town?
Why, I should see not. You know how Sapphire feel about me after that party the other night. And a Don Juan like this fella Jackson come into our life, it's liable to be trouble. Thank goodness I throwed him off the trail.
Yeah. You ain't going to do nothing about it, huh?
No, Andy, this thing done got me to thinking. Maybe I ain't been as resilient to Sapphire as I should have been. A matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do, Andy?
What?
I'm going to stop in on my way home and buy her something real nice. Yeah, get an old gal a lift.
Yeah. Well, let me know how you make out, Flat Tire.
Oh, Sapphire,
Yes, George?
I brought you something.
What is it, George?
Where'd them come from?
Guess who sent me those beautiful flowers, George? An old boyfriend of mine, Bill Jackson.
Yeah?
And you'd never believe it, but he called every Stevens in the telephone book until he got me.
Well, he got his nerve with him all right.
It was lucky, too, because somebody had told him you and I were out of town for 10 years. Oh, by the way, he's coming up tomorrow night to pay us a visit. Isn't that thrilling?
Yeah.
George, what was it you had for me?
There it is, honey.
Oh.
Now, wait a minute here. Ain't no man's flowers gonna have the most important place in my house. Yeah, boys, with this fella coming to town, it's kind of got me down.
Now, wait a minute, Kingfish. After all, he's just an old boyfriend. And Sapphire probably never took him serious anyway. I bet it was nothing more than just a kiss of puppy love.
But I just don't want him to start growling again.
Maybe Amos is right, Kingfish. Maybe you is taking this fella too serious.
Yeah, you ain't afraid of Sapphire being impressed with him or nothing, is you?
No, that ain't it, Amos. But just since the party the other night, Sapphire been kind of upset with me. And when she start comparing me with this fella Bill Jackson, I gonna look worse to her than I did before.
Yeah, he sure was a sharp-looking fella, all right.
Well, Andy, the Kingfish here is pretty sharp, too. Just how is he different from the Kingfish?
I don't know, Amos. One thing, he seemed pretty well preserved.
Well, ain't I preserved, too?
Oh, sure, Kingfish. The only thing is, you looks like you was left in the barrel too long.
Look, Kingfish, if this fella Jackson is one of them sharp boys, why don't you just get a little sharper yourself?
Oh, what do you mean, Amos?
Well, for one thing, get yourself a new suit of clothes instead of this old thing you've been wearing all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I could get something a little more up to date at that.
And the way you slouches there, you was sagging all over.
I don't know what he can do about that.
Listen, Kingfish, there's a thing they got for men's. I see it in a department store. It's what they call a foundation. It pulls in all the loose flab and makes you just one long, thin flab.
think you got something there. Well, thanks for the advice, boys. I on my way. I going to fix a flat tire. I don't think that'll do. I'd like to see that model you got right in the front window there.
You mean the one in the center window?
That's right.
But, sir, that suit is built for a very broad-shouldered man. We'd have to take the shoulders in considerably.
Oh, no. Just leave the shoulders where they is and pad me out, too.
Very well. Here you are, sir.
Well, this suit's gonna be fine.
Good.
Now, the next thing I want to see is a tie.
All right. We have a very nice tie. Will go beautifully with this suit. It's a dark blue four-in-hand with little white dots in it.
Well, ain't you got something with a gal painted on it or nothing?
Well, suppose you step over here to the counter and I'll show you what we have. Now, this is not what I would recommend, but whatever you say. Now, is there anything else?
Yeah, just one more thing.
Oh?
Well, I don't know quite what you call it, but,
Well, perhaps if you describe it, I'd know what it is.
Well, it's kind of hard to describe, too, but you see, I slouches. And my stomach kind of stick out a little.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. Mr. Hennessy, would you please take the customer up to the rehabilitation department?
Going to the movies, Mama?
Yes, Sapphire. You don't need me around here, and there's a good picture over there at the Bijou.
Well, have a nice time, Mama. I guess Bill Jackson will be here any minute now.
Yeah. Where's George?
I don't know what's keeping him, Mama. He's been in the bedroom there over an hour.
Good evening, ladies.
Mama, he looks like one of those window dummies.
Well, I'll go for the dummy part, all right.
Mama, look at the shoulders on that suit.
Somebody in there with you?
I don't even know that this is the latest style.
George, I don't understand all this.
Yeah, what brought all this about?
Well, I thought it was time that the butterfly emerged from the cocoon.
Mama, he looks so thin. I wonder what he did to lose his stomach.
Well, if he did what I think he did, it'll be back tomorrow. Well, I'm going to the movies. But I know I ain't gonna see anything as funny as this.
George, why don't you sit down? Bill Jackson will be here any minute now.
Well, I guess that's the thing to do, all right.
Anything wrong?
Oh, no, honey bunny, everything's just fine.
I think he put it on backwards.
Why don't you go on to the movies and let a man relax?
Well, George, I must say you do look a whole lot younger.
Oh, thank you, honey. Uh-oh, I almost forgot it. Honey, I got something for you.
Oh!
Honey, I bought these for you.
Oh, George. Oh, George, how sweet. Bill Jackson.
Well, Sapphire, it's sure good seeing you.
Oh.
I brought you some flowers, Sapphire.
Bill. Violets. Don't you have violets, Bill? They're just beautiful.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Sapphire, you're just as beautiful as you were 25 years ago.
Oh, Bill, thank you. You look fine yourself.
I see, my name
Yes,
is...
it's hard to believe that 25 years have passed.
It certainly is, Bill.
My name is Stevens.
How do you do, Mr. Stevens? Sapphire, I didn't know your father was still living.
I'll have you know that I am Sapphire's husband.
Oh, yes, George Stevens. Well, c'est la vie.
Well, we all gets a little see la vie sooner or later.
Why don't we all sit down?
Yeah, that's the thing to do, all right. Now, honey, you sit right there, and Mr. Jackson, you sit right over.
What have you been doing with yourself all these years?
Oh, one thing and then another. I was in the Navy for 4 years. Saw a lot of action in the South Pacific.
Oh, really? In the Navy? You know, George tried to join the Navy, too.
Yeah, I tried to get in. I went all the way over to New Jersey to enlist.
Well, what happened?
Well, just one of them things. Nothing really.
Well, the Navy doesn't turn down a man unless there's a really good reason. What really happened, Sapphire?
Well, he got seasick going over on the ferry.
Well, all I gotta say was kind of choppy off New Jersey that day.
Sapphire, do you remember the wonderful times we used to have?
Oh,
high school dances. And when they played our song, da 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 da.
Honey, how about our song? Dum dum dum, dum 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 dum.
Clumsy.
May I help you, my dear?
Oh, thank you. Bill, would you like some coffee?
Sounds fine.
Well, let's go in the kitchen and make some.
Get that boy out of town.
So you want to get the boy out of town, huh?
That's right, Calhoun. When I married Sapphire, she promised to love, honor, and obey. And she ain't obeyed or honored me in 22 years. And now it look like love done gone down the drain.
Well, if this scheme I done planned works, this boy Jackson gonna go for a long ride.
Yeah. Well, Kingfish, I don't think the thing can miss.
Well, Calhoun, here's the $49 you'll need to swing the thing.
Good. And I'll get the telegram off right away.
This is strange.
Your business, sir.
I have a telegram here from a Commander Calhoun.
Forward, march. Halt!
Commander Calhoun.
Pardon me just a moment, Admiral. I'll be right with you. Sit down, mister. I'm discussing fleet maneuvers here. Brown, will you go over to the map and check the position of the Pacific Fleet?
Aye, aye, sir.
Yeah. Now, where was we, Admiral? Oh, yeah. Well, in my opinion, it would be a good idea to have the maneuvers right now. Yeah, well, what I was going to say is... 240 loud. Hello? Who? The gas company? Well, you just have to get off the line now. I'm talking top secret stuff with the Navy. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. I'm going to have to see the Admiral about a private line. Let me have that again, Admiral. You want to move the Pacific Fleet from the coast of California to the coast of Virginia? Well, I don't like it. Because they can move in and take Montana.
Oh, no, they couldn't. We got an aircraft carrier right down in South Dakota. Look at that.
Well, Them's your orders. I guess I'll follow through with them. In the Navy, ours is not the reason why, but to do what the man says. Goodbye. Seaman Brown, as you were.
Aye, aye, sir.
Now, what can I do for you, Bud?
I got a telegram report here to you, and I don't have the vaguest idea what it's all about.
Yeah, well, now, let's see what we got here. Bill Jackson, huh? Seaman Brown, get the Jackson portfolio out of the confidential files there.
Aye, sir.
Oh.
Quite a record here. I can see now why we bagged you for this job, Jackson.
What job, sir? You know, I've been out of the Navy for a number of years.
Well, you was in the reserves and you was being re-reducted. According to your secret orders, you were to report to the naval base in Yuma, Arizona, and not ask no questions.
But listen here, I'm in my middle 40s. There must be some mistake here.
Did you mean to tell me that you was questioning the integrity and accuracy of this glorious fighting arm of military might? You was questioning the United States Navy? We who have fought so gloriously from the ramparts of Manila to the shores of Gitchigumi?
You was in the Navy, bub. You ain't fooling with no landlubbers, you know.
But look here, this whole thing is ridiculous. You've got me mixed up with some other Jackson.
It so happened, Mr. Jackson, that these is your official orders.
What?
This is from the office of the United States Naval Corps Commander. It is addressed to ex-seaman William Jackson. Quote, Dear Bill, you is hereby ordered to report to the naval base in Yuma, Arizona. In the event that there ain't no naval base there, you is to stand by until one is established. Signed, United States Naval Admiral John Paul Johnson. Here is your bus ticket, and these is your official orders.
Are you sure these are my official orders?
Well, is your semi-official orders.
Let me tell you one thing.
What I mean is, these are just some little orders, what we whipped up together. They don't mean a thing.
Navy men, huh? Look, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to report you to the police, and we'll soon find out.
Well, excuse me, I've been transferred to another office.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
So, this whole thing is your idea. I think I'm beginning to see the light.
Mr. Jackson, I think I owe you an apology for the whole thing.
Yeah, I think you do.
I know it don't make no difference to you, but what I done was on account of my wife. You see, I love my wife.
Well, I don't blame you.
And you see, the other night after a party, I was in the doghouse. And then when you showed up in the picture, that made me look worse to her than ever before.
So you decided to get rid of me, is that it?
That's right.
Well, look, Stevens, I had no idea that's the way that it was. But far be it from me to break up a man's home. Don't worry, Stevens. You won't see me around anymore. I just hope you appreciate what a wonderful wife you have.
More than ever, Mr. Jackson. More than ever.
Oh, Bill, I certainly hate to see you go. He's been wonderful ever since this thing happened. He's like a new man.
Well, I'm certainly happy to hear that.
Why, he's so considerate. Believe me, I'm not just somebody to do the housework around here any longer. He treats me like a bride.
Well, I'll be running along now.
Well, just a minute. This is what we decided on.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Stevens.
And I only hope my husband never finds out I hired you to be my old boyfriend.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.